The only thing that separates one people from another is the wall inside their heads when they forget we are all brothers. The only thing that separates one people from another is the wall inside their heads when they forget we are all brothers. One day I traveled to Berlin where the wall was. They tore it down in '89 in the name of love, but to some of us the wall still stands, and to some it never did. The problem lies not in the stones, but in the minds that built it. The only thing that separates one people from another is the wall inside their heads when they forget we are all brothers. The only thing that separates one people from another is the wall inside their heads when they forget we are all brothers. Everyone around the world all feel the same emotions. The children know what Lenin said, that all we need is love. We've glorified the intellect and sacrificed the heart. Let's blow the walls to kingdom come. We all can do our part, yeah. The only thing that separates one people from another is the wall inside their heads when they forget we are all brothers. The only thing that separates one people from another is the wall inside their heads when they forget we are all brothers. Paradise is nothing but a state of mind when there's love in your heart. Unity is waiting just around the bend. Now's the time for us to do our part. The only thing that separates one people from another is the wall inside their heads when they forget we are all brothers. The only thing that separates one people from another is the wall inside their heads when they forget we are all brothers. The only thing that separates one people from another is the wall inside their heads when they forget we are all brothers. The only thing that separates one people from another is the wall inside their heads when they forget we are all brothers.
I've got the blues, quarantine blues, I got the blues, yeah, quarantine blues. I wish this virus would go away. I'm in a real life version of Groundhog Day. I got the blues, quarantine blues. On tour in Chicago, that March day on top of the world, things are going my way. Started hearing about a virus, a tragic ordeal. When I got back to Nashville, it was getting real. All my shows canceled left and right. Things were gonna get worse when I'm leaving inside. I got the blues, quarantine blues. I got the blues, yeah, quarantine blues. I wish that virus would go away. I'm in a real life version of Groundhog Day. I got the blues, quarantine blues. We started closing up shops, close the schools, close down the churches and the honky-tonks too, close the restaurants, close the parks, rolling up the sidewalks after dark. The biggest thrills at the grocery store, fighting over toilet paper, and then I said, Ma, I got the blues. Quarantine blues, I got the blues. Yeah, quarantine blues. I wish that virus would go away. I'm in a real life version of Groundhog Day. I got the blues. Quarantine blues. Well, your dog can get a bath, but you can't cut your hair, and unless it's essential, you can't go anywhere. You better be sure when you leave your home, they're tracking every move on your cell phone. Never thought I'd live to see this nightmare called a new reality. I got the blues. Quarantine blues, I got the blues. Yeah, quarantine blues. I wish that virus would go away. I'm in a real life version of Groundhog Day. I got the blues. Quarantine blues. I got the blues, yeah. Quarantine blues.
Woe to me, I'm undone. Unclean lips and a warrior tongue. When I'm with you, silence best becomes me. Love and flames, and I'm constrained to speak. If my eyes could see the fire that consumes me, to embrace this love and what it does to me, I need to know the unapproachable. I need to hide in arms unconditional. Becomes me, then love and flames, and I'm constrained to speak. If my eyes could see the fire that consumes me, to embrace this love and what it does to me, I need to know to know the unapproachable. I need to hide in arms unconditional and lose my life. Find a peace in letting go. I wanna be undone.
Oh, pray away every day. Pray away oh, pray away every day. Sit right down, close your eyes, feel your breath and recognize there ain't no problem God can't solve, no situation that love can't resolve. You got to pray it away. Oh, pray it away. Oh, you can pray it away every day. Focus on your heart, that's what you do. Everything you need will just come to you. Troubles and confusion will fade away when you take the time to meditate. Oh, pray it away. Oh, pray it away. Oh, you got to pray it away every day. Oh, yeah. Pray it away. Pray it away. Oh, you got to pray it away every day. Sit right down, close your eyes, feel your breath and recognize there ain't no problem God can't solve, no situation that love can't
supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here.
Hello and welcome to the People of Diversity Sunday service. We are a multi-faith community and we believe there are many paths to one divinity. We have 10 different speakers from 10 different faith perspectives, and we have 10 different sets of musicians, and at the beginning of each series we give them a one-word topic, and they take their turn, their week during the series, and send us a video with their message on that topic, and the musicians send a couple of songs, and we send it all to Philip and his tech team. They put it together and get what you're seeing, what you're seeing right now. So if you would like to join us in this endeavor, go to www.peopleofdiversity.org, and in the middle of the page there's a donate button, and we appreciate every bit of donations that we receive. We pay our speakers, and we pay our musicians, and we pay our tech team, and the pod also tithes. So join us. It's fun.
Last week we wrapped up Compassion with our Wiccan representative, Oracle. He was accompanied by one of our new Canadian musicians, Kim Workington, and it was a wonderful service. Track back and check it out. It was dynamite. This week we begin the topic of illusion. Ooh. Almost makes me want to do the Twilight Zone. No. Okay, we'll just pass on the Twilight Zone thing, and we'll dive right into our Muslim representative, Naran Sykes, who we got to go out to dinner with. What was the name of that little hole in the wall?
Good Riches.
Good Riches in Live Oak.
Oak Hill,
Florida. Wow, what a neat little spot.
Yeah.
We had a great dinner, found out that we had just an amazing amount of things in common as a couples, and in kind of some of the background that we have as well. So it was a wonderful evening. We had a great time. Victor Morgado will be the musical accompaniment for Naran's talk. And next week we will hear from our Native American representative, Will Davis, and he will be accompanied by another brother out of Canada, Andrew Bentham Riley, and he will give us a couple of videos. Now, if you want to get past services, the one I mentioned with Oracle and Kim, you can find that on both the pod page or the pod group, and if you join one or both of those, you will also get notifications on Sunday for the morning service and for the evening service. We also have available now live that you can interact on the chat, a YouTube channel, People of Diversity, and only on the Sunday morning service. There's a premiere for that, and we can chat in the chat window. I work the YouTube channel, Becky works the Facebook channel, and we shoot hearts on both sides. As I mentioned, we have an evening service as well at 5:45. We also have a deep dive, which is a Zoom event following the morning services from 11:45 to 12:15. The link is in the post, and the password, if needed, is truth. I think that's all I know about anything.
I hope not. Each week we bless a country. So if you know anything about the country that we are blessing next week, send it, pictures, stories, whatever, to the email address below, and we'll use them in our country blessing. Next week is Mongolia. Never been to Mongolia. This week is Monaco.
Things happen in Monaco.
Things happen in Monaco. Monaco is located on the northern coast of the Ligurian arm of the Mediterranean Sea, and it is surrounded on three sides by France. The area is about 3/4 of a square mile, making it the second smallest sovereign state in the world after the Vatican. It is actually, the whole country of Monaco is actually smaller than Central Park in New York City. Now, remember that size, very, very small. They have 36,280 people. So that's a whole lot of people in a very small area. And it has the highest population density per square mile than anywhere else in the world. Yeah. They're 89% Roman Catholic. This is interesting. 1/3 of the population are millionaires. 1/3 of the population are millionaires. Monaco has the reputation of being a playground for the rich because of the copious tax incentives. The poverty rate is 0 because none of the Monaco's residents actually need to work, and most of the people that do work in Monaco come there from France and Italy. It is incredibly safe, and there is 1 police person for every 73 residents, which is more police per capita than anywhere else in the world. The average life expectancy is 85 years old, and 15% of the population is 75 years old or older. That's interesting. It shows you what having money can do for your health.
Yep.
Monaco does not have any rivers or lakes, and the shoreline is a little bit over 2 miles long. The only natural resource they have there is fish. And everything in Monaco is crazy expensive. A 1-bedroom apartment per month is anywhere between $6,000 and $8,000. A gallon of regular milk is $8, and a pair of jeans is $160. Phew. So, let's hold the people of Monaco in our hearts. Remembering that money is not everything, and money does not buy happiness. And we wish them peace and serenity and an understanding of love and knowing that money does not buy happiness. So let's hold them in our hearts and say these words together. May peace prevail in Monaco. May peace prevail on earth. May peace prevail in me.
I would send them energy of generosity and just talk with us, and that we are all related in the connectivity of the world.
Good idea.
In our little tiny space.
Yeah.
Yeah, things happen in Monaco. All right, so without further ado, let's dive right into why we're here. We'll get 2 songs from Victor Morgado. I know I didn't give them any warning, and Victor put this together for us with grace and wonder. We are so grateful for him. Again, we had a wonderful visit and chat with Naran and Abdurrahman, and we feel blessed to have them as part of our community. And without further ado, we'll cut to them, and we'll see you on the other side.
Hello, everyone. My name is Victor Morgado. I'm a musician out of Beamsville, Ontario, Canada. And I'm responsible for supplying 2 songs this week on the concept of illusion. Both songs are by Canadian female singer-songwriters. One is very well known around the world, and that's Joni Mitchell. The first one I want to highlight is a woman named Lynn Hanson, and she's not as well known. I came upon her last year just on a random web Facebook search, and the song that I'm going to sing today is called Orion's Belt, and it struck me right away as an amazing song. There's quite a bit in it. a lot of references to space and sky and infinity, and it's questioning a lot of the ideas and concepts that we have, and somehow it turns into a beautiful love song as well. And I find this song speaks to illusion like no other song that I know. And you'll hear the lyrics and you'll see what I mean. And here we go. I'm going to sing you Orion's Belt by Lynn Hanson.
Tuesday night, too tired to close my eyes. Midnight went to bed an hour ago. I'm lying here watching the sky, trying to map infinity, a billion souls adrift, stretching on forever. You ever thought, what if it's just a highway for space gamblers, Las Vegas to the gods, endless neon lights and double dippers, just a place to play the odds. You know I read somewhere we didn't always know the sky was blue. It's got me to thinking, but all the things I know are true, like the earth is really round, gravity crashes down. I went from lost to found, but he finally came around. If I could see the future, would ignorance be bliss? I'd be better off not knowing just how much I miss you. And I still open up that door, but I know the final score had me losing you. So many questions, like why do songbirds like to sing? Why quicksand isn't quick at all? The space and time is a relative thing, and how you manage without trying. Up and steal my heart. Why I had to go and fall for you? Why I had to fall apart? Though the world keeps turning round, the world came crashing down. The moment that I found out you weren't coming back around. If I could see the future, would ignorance be bliss? Would I be better off not knowing just how much I miss you? And I still open up that door, I know the final score had me losing you. Well, I could see the future, but ignorance be blessed. Well, I'd be better off not knowing just how much I miss you. But I still open up that door, but I know the final score had me losing you.
The second song I'm going to sing for you is Both Sides Now by Joni Mitchell. She wrote the song when she was 23, and it's actually quite incredible that she was able to write such a song at such a young age. I saw her singing this last year at a festival online, and she sings it now a couple octaves lower, it seems like, in such a dramatic way. And now she can look back on her life. I believe she was 89 when she recorded that. And I can't help but tear up every time I watch that video. Look for it on YouTube. Joni Mitchell, singing Both Sides Now. Originally it was released by Judy Collins, and it was sort of an upbeat version, but really the way Joni sings it later and the way I'm going to sing it is the way I feel the song should be sung. It talks about looking back on life at clouds, love, and life, and the duality of them, and the illusions, and how we, even near the end of our lives, and we've looked back, we still can't figure it out, what's real and what's not. This song hits home with a lot of people, especially me, and I really think it's my most favorite song to sing, and I hope you enjoy it.
I recall
welcome everyone. Peace and blessings to you all. So today's topic is illusion. I want to mention that illusion is actually mentioned in the Quran 5 times. I'm going to read a translation from chapter 3, verse 185. Every soul shall taste death. You shall receive your full reward for everything which you have striven for on the day of resurrection. Whoever is spared from the fire and is admitted into paradise will indeed be successful. For the life of this world is nothing but an elusive enjoyment. So when I was looking into this topic, I was really struggling to talk a lot about death. And as Muslims, this is something that we should be reminded of. We don't want to be morbid or anything like that, but it is a topic that should always be on our forefronts. Superficially, this verse made me think that deception means temporary enjoyment. But looking at it in depth, I realized that the world we see, feel, and perceive is actually a mind's play. As I mentioned, that when I was studying this topic, I realized, and I think this is why it's probably so difficult for me, that I was not meeting the station of a good Muslim. Because often I was caught up in the creation and not the creator. You will see later what I'm referring to. As in, we experience this external world the way our mind perceives it. It could in reality be nothing like what we see, feel, or perceive as though it is real. So imagine a performer on stage. They could have thousands of audiences watching them. They will be given only a short period of time to exhibit the best act. And at that crucial period, their only concentration and focus would be to impress the judge so that they can do, or that the best in the competition, or win the competition, I should say. Now, you and I as a performer are also performing on the stage of this very world without us realizing it. We might also have co-stars or co-actors who perform with us. We might have audiences who are watching us. Maybe we too are given a very short period of time in this world to put forth our best show. But the biggest mistake on our part is that we are so involved with co-stars in the audience, and we focus too much on impressing them, forgetting that the judge is the one who is going to evaluate us. We tend to get too attached with our co-actors and audiences, not realizing that once the performance is over, we have to leave them and say our farewells, and the only one left is the judge who is going to determine our fate in this world's competition. The play is at least very, very exhausting. It takes up so much time, effort, energy, and pain, but all those will be worth it if we pass the test. All those energies we spent will be of no use if our intentions shift or if they are impure. Our intention should be to attract and capture the heart of our judge, while internalizing the very fact that the co-stars and audiences are just a means to reaching the ultimate judge. They are just a means to an end. The end is our judge alone. Although all of us realize this fact substantially, sometimes we get too attached to the creation, which the Creator sent for us for a temporary period. In Islam, that which is perceived by the five senses appeals to the brain, which drives our personal ego and desires, and that is all illusion. And that's all that it is, and we strive to make our egos God. Now, all that is an illusion, because what is really important is that unseen soul that has already testified that there is one God. And the unseen soul needs to use its eyes, its ears to stay on track and to not be following the illusions of the world, but to be following the truth of the promises of paradise. Trusting the intellect of the heart, which comes from divine revelation, which protects us from the illusions that our five senses are attracted to, which in this case for Muslims is the Quran. Society is filled with imagery of that which is not real, whether artificial personality in media, the latest celebrity gossip, fake images and advertisements, or fictional stories on film and on television. Is life just about filling one's mind with these illusions? Or can we awaken from all this and direct our consciousness towards the ultimate reality? Every human being is in search of peace and tranquility. But where is one to find it? It seems every day in our lives we are confronted with more problems and more worries. Studies have shown almost half of all people find their jobs extremely stressful. Many dislike their boss and co-workers, and others call this to avoid it. After working long hours, many people find only more life stresses awaiting them at home, with increased rates of dysfunctional marriages, abusive relationships, and overwhelming financial obligations. I have a question for you. So I'm jumping a little bit here. If we go to a hotel, or when we go to a hotel and get up to the room and find the furniture and decorations unappealing, I know I am. So do I then go to the store and purchase a new comforter or a new chair in the room or some different kind of pictures? No, we don't. Most of us don't, I should say. And why don't we do this? Because we realize that this is only temporary. For the most part, hotel beds are not comfortable, the pillows are not comfortable. But because we know we are only there for a short period of time, we will tolerate it. There is a natural sense of detachment. It's okay, I can handle this for a few days. The Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, is advising us to have that mindset in this life. It doesn't mean we can't have nice things. There is a huge difference in having things that you own and letting those things own you. So the word in Arabic for this life is called dunya. So we have things in the dunya which interprets as the life, this life. God covers us with gifts like youth, beauty, time, health, money, and families. God drowns us in gifts, and we should appreciate these gifts and show gratitude for these gifts. So this is where the problem lies. When we start to love the gifts more than we love the giver of the gifts. When we start to become dependent on the gift and not dependent on the giver. For example, we have this job and the money, and we're earning well, so we feel secure and safe. The bank account looks great. When we lose our job and our money starts dwindling, are we still secure and safe? Now, as Muslims, of course, we've got to go. It's a form of worship to support your family, go out and get their work. But if we don't have a job, it is not the end of the world. God is the provider of the job. We have to look for it, but ultimately, God will give us this job. And the money comes and goes. I think for some of us, I know for our family, before my husband retired, we were looking, okay, we've never made a lot of money, we've never needed a lot of money, we've never wanted a lot of money, just enough money to live. But so we were being sustained, and all of a sudden a stroke happens and we have no money. But both Abdurrahman and I prayed that we would not become discouraged and despondent. We wanted to survive, and we knew that Allah, God, is the ultimate provider. We had to have faith that God would provide for us. Internally, we should be linked to the creation. Our heart is not moved by the movement of the creation, but only by the Creator. Friendships come and go. It shouldn't be this way, but you have a friend that doesn't agree or doesn't agree with you, and all of a sudden they don't like you anymore. Marriages dissolve. Sad, but ultimately the Creator gave you that partner. Of course, we are sad about our relationships, but our relationships do not define our destiny, do not define where we will land up in the hereafter. The only being that defines the outcome of our lives is God Almighty. You know, the illusion is that the ultimate provider can't provide again. Externally, we interact with the creation, but this does not control us intrinsically. Here's an example. Muslims are not allowed to drink alcohol, touch alcohol, or sell alcohol. When we talk to convenience or gas store owners that apparently have to sell alcohol because this is where most of their sales come from, is this true? So they compromise their faith because they are serving their own desires. I have met people that have gas stations that don't self-provide, and God has provided for them. So we as Muslims cannot serve our own desires. We have to rely on the Creator's gifts. Now, I'm not saying that if we are ill or if we don't have a job, that we don't go out and look for a job or seek medical guidance, but because God is the provider, the job and the medical care will come from the Creator. Sometimes we are in despair, but something better comes along. It has happened over and over again. God promises us this. God is supposed to be the center of our lives. And if this is the case, we intrinsically feel peace. But because of the illusions that have overtaken our hearts, we are in despair. A great litmus test will be to sit in silence for 5 minutes and see what our focus is. For me, it will be family and pickleball. And this is why I said at the beginning of the talk that I am so concerned about my station, about whether I am doing a good job as a Muslim. Others might think money, house, children, job, letter, or vacation. I want to be one of those people that would be thinking about the Creator. All this can be removed. We might never be able to have a vacation again. I might never be able to play pickleball again. I might never be able to see my grandchildren grow. But the Creator is there no matter what. It's constant. Some of these illusions have done nothing for us except cause us sadness and haunting. Our internal state should only be moved by the Creator. Now, our state can fluctuate because of external forces, but internal states can only be moved by God Almighty. Let's use an example. When a child wants a toy, either seeing it on a commercial or one of their friends have it, and this child wants a Lamborghini, let's just say, one of those toy cars, and it begs its parents, and when the child gets it, it doesn't want any other child to play with it, and it's totally obsessed. This is their prized possession. And you can't even pry it away from them at night time. They're going to sleep with it. When they grow up and they see a real Lamborghini, they realize that this is not the real thing. As Muslims, we are to make sacrifices. Like for me, I'm just going to use the example of wearing the hijab. Let's face it, it's not the most fashionable. And as a non-Muslim, I loved dressing fashionably. And that sometimes meant not modesty. I wear the headscarf of hijab so I can reach the world, because this is what God has commanded me, regardless of comments or how I look. If God commanded it, then I should do it. This life is going to end for us, but the year after is forever. So should I sacrifice what's in this life so that I can be in the company of the Creator forever? And also be in the company of the Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him. So like that young Lamborghini that we talked about. As an adult, we see things just differently as the way we see it as a child. We should realize what's real and what's an illusion. We have sadness in this life because it's not perfect. Our children aren't perfect. Our jobs aren't perfect. Our spouses aren't perfect. Nothing is perfect in this life. But our Creator promises us that the life in paradise is perfect. So it's a no-brainer. But do we focus on the year after? Or are we still trying to perfect the life on this plane? Are we consumed with the gift and not the giver? Folks are sad about getting old or looking old. I just had a birthday on August 12, 63. And, you know, I really and truly, I didn't want to make a big celebration. My children wanted a celebration, which is lovely. And of course, family time is always desirable. However, every time I think about the birthday, I think about me getting closer to God. Are we consumed with the gift and not the giver? Folks. So we're getting older. People are doing Botox. People are doing facelifts. All this cosmetic surgery to look younger. This is an illusion that in paradise we will not age. All those products that people use to look younger, it works. But how even we use vitamins and minerals and stuff to make our organs stay young and intact. This is all wonderful and this is all good. God tells us to take care of our bodies. So there's nothing wrong with all this. If it makes you look younger, but will it allow them to live long? Because God has written the time that we were born, the time that we will die. And no one can escape death. So we are focusing on this life and not the year after. It's like the Lamborghini. We are like the child that hasn't seen the real Lamborghini. We haven't seen paradise yet, and we haven't contemplated on the year after, and we haven't created the relationship with God in the Quran. Our life becomes like the hotel room and everything is in perspective. We know that those things are temporary and the life in the year after is permanent. When we see the creation, we enjoy it. But when we see the Creator with our hearts, the illusion has become real. The illusion is material. So I mentioned at the beginning that I felt like I was sort of not on the right track. Please pray for me. I am not aware of the Creator. And this makes me very, very sad. I want to read a poem by Rumi about illusion. Life is an illusion. We all know we are dreaming when we lie awake in our grave. How can I escape from a non-ending dream? Am I the illusion? Is it me that's unreal? In your thoughts we will touch, in your dreams we will meet. At a time of sorrow, it's hard to believe. When happiness comes, There's nothing to believe. Strive to do his will, unseen, unheard, but always near. Gently rise and softly call. Good night and joy be with you. Leaving behind night in terror and fear, I rise. Take my hand and walk this journey with me. It was nice being with all of you again. And I think the next time I'm going to be with you, God willing, I will have another grandchild. Grandchild number 8 is on its way. My daughter was due yesterday, and now we're just waiting because I'm the doula. Her husband's going to do a beautiful job. But, I was with her in the birthing center. She had Elijah in Utah. He is 8.5 years old, and so she has invited me in the room, and I'm praying I can do the best job that God has given me. I'm looking forward to seeing everybody again. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Victor. Great job, especially on short notice. We really appreciate you. And Rand, you always teach me so much and speak from your heart. And I just love you. And it was great seeing you the other night and having dinner with you. So thank you so much for being part of this family. Philip and team, yay. You guys always take all the crazy and put it together and make it beautiful. So we appreciate you as well. And if you are out in the world and you need any kind of stuff like this, either virtual or live, contact Philip and they will set you up. So, following this morning service from 11:45 until 12:15, we'll do our live Zoom deep dive, and the link is in the event or on the screen, perhaps. And it's fun. We chit chat, we talk about the message, we check in. It's very enjoyable, and we cut it off right at 12:15, so you don't have to worry about it taking up your day. And then on Sunday evening, we rebroadcast on Facebook Live. We rebroadcast the morning service, and that's always good if you want to watch it again. A lot of times I watch it again. Or if you know somebody that might benefit from what you heard, send them on for the evening service. And also, don't forget our People of Diversity YouTube channel. That's really a nice feature that we have now. You can go on there and not only watch the current service live on Sunday morning, but you can go on there and use the playlist function and search on talks by either topic. So say you wanted to hear all the talks on compassion, you could hear all of the faith's perspectives on compassion. Or if you wanted to hear all of the talks given by the Jewish rabbi, or all of the talks given by the Wiccan, whatever, you search by faith and you can pull all of the subjects up by them. So it's pretty cool. What else? Next week, one of my faves, I get to go video him tomorrow, is our Native American Will Davis will give us our talk on illusion. I can't wait to hear what he has to say about that. And his musical guest will be Andrew Bentham Riley.
Wow, that'll be a fun combination. Their
Yeah.
energy is going to be fun together.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see that. www.peopleofdiversity.org. There's a donate button in the middle of that page. If you'll hit that and act on how you're moved, we'd be grateful. We put everything that you send to us to very good use and spread it around as much as we possibly can. And in that light, let's take just a moment now, center ourselves, put your feet on the ground, take a nice breath. Spirit, thank you for the opportunity to be a part of this amazing process, this multi-faith format, all the folks who have come together to make it happen. week after week after week. It's a joy to be in the middle of it, watching it all happen. Thank you for allowing us to be a part of it and allowing it to happen. We say amen.
Amen.
Hold together just for another minute. Don't click off. There's nothing that important just yet. If you'll bring to your mind's eye anyone in your world that needs help, healing, support, any person, place, or thing that might need prayer or attention, and put them in the middle of an energetic circle right now, along with yourself, ourselves, and perhaps the folks who are running the world right now, and help them make cleaner, better decisions. And let's just all sit in that light just for a minute and pass around that energy of healing and love and compassion. And listen to this last song and just be together. Have an amazing day, a great week, and we'll see you soon.
Thank you.
One power, one power, one power, one power, one power, one power. There's one power invisible, and you see it everywhere and every day. One power indescribable, and you speak of it with every word you say. Mysterious until you know the truth, as simple as the love inside of you. Call it God, call it Spirit, call it Jesus, call it Lord, call it Buddha, Baha'u'llah, angels' wings or heaven's door. But whatever name you give it, it's all one power, can't you see? It's the power of the love in you and me.